Bbnaija Allstars is now over, and we have a winner now. Surprisingly, shockingly, we have the Gen Z body Bbnaija coming out as the victorious one and the winner of the Big Brother Ninja All Star season. I was shocked. If you asked me on the first day when the name of the cast, when they were walking into the house, I would never have pinpointed that Ilebaye would have been the winner of the season. When we had big names like Ceec, the queen of highlights, we had Ceec, we had Alex, we had Whitemoney, we had those four big people before we even start looking at the others in the house. And Ilebaye ended up being the winner. She deserves a big congratulations. She really did absolutely well, and I'm happy for her. And it's like a big thing, like going out with you seeing coming into the house or you seeing those big names, and you still came out as the winner. She needs to pat herself at the back, and she needs to give a big, big, hug to our risers, because men, our risers be arising, and they arose and gave her that title. Because if the arisers did not arise, I'm not sure Ilebaye would have been the winner. But apart from arisers arising, there were so many things that factor into Ilebaye winning, in my own opinion. Let's dive into those things firstly. Before we go ahead, thank you very much for joining and watching this video. If you're just coming across to us for the first time, make sure you like and comment on our videos. If you have anything of opinion about this video, comment on the comment section, and also make sure you click on the subscription button down below to subscribe to our channel. So now today we're going to be talking about the downfall of these big names I talked about: Messi, Alex, Ceec, Whitemoney. Those were the big names. If I was to call the top four from the first week, and the winner was going to be in between these four names: Alex, Ceec, Whitemoney, and Messi. And now we're going to talk about the downfall of all of them. First, let's talk about Whitemoney. Whitemoney. Whitemoney came into the house with this mentality of, I won my season with a landslide. I'm the most liked male contender. And I'm like, he has also forgotten that Lakon also won his season with a landslide, and he was also the most liked. Also, Miracle won his season with a landslide, and he was also liked and loved by all. So he's not the only male that was liked and loved by all. But because he felt like, because he stood with the likes of Licorice, who was already a popular figure, some people knew about her before, he stood with Licorice and won Licorice. He felt like, I've arrived. I'm most liked, I'm most loved. Everything about me was going well. And that was the first mistake he made. Then the second thing was that he now made an alliance with Messi. He made an alliance with Messi. I can remember like the first 2 weeks of this season, they kept on talking about, say at the end of the day, Nami go be first, Nami go be, it go be between the both of us. I go either be first and second runner up, and you go be winner, or you go be second runner up, I go be winner. That statement alone, see, one thing we don't know about Nigeria, we hate you putting your wins in our face. Nigeria people hate make person they say, okay, I win. So like, I'll be the boss. I don't say I love them. Like, you don't need to tell Nigeria person that. Nigeria person will love you for who you are naturally, anyhow. Don't come and tell us, as per say I win the last season, I'm loved. That was the first mistake that Whitemoney make, and it was making alliance with Messi, making like, if no be you win, Nami go win, you go be second runner up. They started doing that, and because of that, his head was swelling. Like his head was so big. It was like anytime they are up for nomination, because the first few weeks they were always up, except from head of house, the black envelope person. He would not pack his load. It was pissing a lot of people off. A lot of people were getting annoyed. Like, what's this one thinking? When things saying be like, so you be Whitemoney, so next let's move on. That was what he didn't realize. All these things joined together made a lot of people dislike him, and some of the things he was portraying and the way he was, Niger, as much as we love you, you get away with, there's a rate you get to your proudness, your pomposity, or whatever, when you start raising your shoulder too high. And you're raising your shoulder too high and you have nothing to offer. That's another thing. You are being proud, you are being pompous, and you had nothing to offer on the show. I cannot name for one moment one, like, okay, there was this exciting moment that I say, okay, White Money deserves this win. He did something very important, like, oh, White Money deserves to be on the top five. I can't, for God or me, say, okay, this moment happened. There was no anything. And because of the game he played in his season, the food part, getting pity votes, the same thing. Arisers arose for him because people felt like um people were bullying him in the house because of the way he loved cooking and they didn't want him to cook. Arisers rose for him. One thing people don't know about these arisers, they will arise and arise for you, and at the end of the day, they will go on with their life, or they will go back to their main person they like, the main person, or the main Bbnaija housemate that they like. And another thing that contributed to him was that he felt like, I did win this season, I did win my season, but he forgot that his fan base were mixed with a lot of people's fan bases. He was like 2 years back, and we've done two other Bbnaija after his set. His fan base have probably shifted to a new housemate, or sharing fan base with him and another person. That is what the calculation that they didn't do, White Money didn't do when it was coming into the house, which most of them too didn't do. Now, when we come to Alex, had Alex downfall was the fact that they still came into the house and they were playing that Alex versus Cece's game. Like, this is how many years? Move on. I've forgotten about it. And let's dead it. The first few weeks they came talking about it and they were always fighting. They were always gossiping about themselves. When Alex was with somebody, she were talking, they were always talking. She was always talking about Cece. When Cece was with somebody else, she was always talking about Alex. I, for one, that talk tired me. Anytime I'm watching it and I just see it, I'll just off. I don't, just let me know when they are true with those that talk. And another thing was the beef she had with Pere. It literally contributed to another thing that made her downfall, that she did not even get to top five. Now we come to the two main people that I did think that if Cece did not win this show, Mercy was going to win. Mercy and Cece. Let me first talk about Mercy, because I've already hinted a little bit of thing with the um White Money stuff. Mercy came with the motive, queen of highlights in my season. I'm gonna win the show. And she started raising that shoulder pad of, yes, queen of highlights, mercenarians. We are mercenarians. We never shaking. We do this. We are more than. We are millions. We are do. Having that pride and started misbehaving, started acting out, started doing things like, okay, yes, at the end of the day, I know that my mercenarians are going to stand for me. Do your mercenarians not have other fan base that are also in the house? Have some of the mercenarians not shifted to a new fan base? I should have asked yourself that. I've literally seen where in the beginning of a season I'm in love with somebody, but before the season ends, I have shifted to another person. Now this is a fresh season, and I said it, that the mistake they made was that they didn't come into this season looking at it as a fresh season just because you have been in the house before. That's the mistake they made. You should have looked at it. She should have looked at it. This is a fresh season. Let me try and make my name for myself. She only said, "Oh, I want to come here and cancel the notation that if Thatcher was not eliminated, if Thatcher was not removed from the show like that, I would have still won. If Thatcher was still in the show, I would have still won." You only said it. She only said it in the mouth, that she wanted to prove to Titans and Mercenarians that she was the ultimate winner of her season. of the Pepper Dem season. After that, I did not see Mercy do what she needed to do to make me realize that she was the real winner and the ultimate winner of the Pepper Dem season. Because okay, I kept on asking myself when I was watching, I will be truthful. I kept on asking myself, is this really the winner of Pepper Dem? The queen of highlights. I was calling her the queen of lowlights in this season. Let's be realistic to ourselves. I was calling her the queen of low light this season because she literally and utterly did not bring anything to the table. Absolutely nothing to the table. The only thing I saw Mercy doing was kissing this person, kissing this person, kissing this person. If it was not kissing fraud, it was kissing white money. And I literally found it irritating because I know this babe is a classy babe. She's beautiful. And I knew she could do better. So I was like, is it because of the game thing that is making her bring herself that to that extent? After the party where they will be kissing and playing and doing everything, I never used to see Mercy. Except when she has fights or she was okay, the time she was trying to make do the Ike and her thing, like they were playing one game that I was not understanding. The game was not going for me. And she was telling Ike not to be close to Cece and whatnot. I'm like, we already know you guys were broken up. You hardly talk to each other. Why you guys coming into the house and pretending? And another also thing that I felt like brought Mercy down was the fact that she was like, "Oh, I'm the winner of the show. I have this money. I got this money," and you were proud saying that. One thing I know is that people, yes, we might know that you might be the winner, but we hate when you start feeling like you're that proud and being like, "Oh, okay, I win this show." People will want the reason why Bbnaija won was that people wanted to prove a point to those people that felt like I have won this show, I came close to winning, I have so much fans, I own this show, and they didn't contribute anything. People wanted to prove to them that it's not by that. You might be having the biggest of fan base, but man, if arisers arise on the top of your matter, forget it. That's the truth. I've seen it in several years. If arisers arise on top your matter, there is nothing, even Big Brother cannot do anything on top your matter. You would win. If arisers arise for you, if they like, let it be Two-Face that is standing against you. Let it be the most liked musician, the most famous actor or actress that is standing with you on that final day. If arisers arise for you, you will win this show. That's just the truth of the matter. That is the truth of the matter. And the fact that they kept with that mindset and they kept on playing in that Ilebaye's game. Ilebaye played a very perfect game. I'm gonna give her the kudos. She played, even if yes, we might say her character were not nice and she might have been instigating and everything, but game na game. So many people have come with different games. Once we like, once we don't like. It's not anybody's business. I came with my game. I came to play this. This is the game I planned to play. And I played it well. That was what Lebayi did, and they played into the game. And because of the pride they have, and because they felt like I won the show, Lebayi was nobody in her season, so there's no way that she has anything on me. So I can react and treat her anyway. And the end of the day, people will still like me. That was the thing that killed them. Because they felt like even if I trash and say evil things, I say bad things, I insult you, I call you, I insult your parents, I insult your mother, I insult your children, in short, I insult your generation. Even if I do that, I still know that my supporters will be on my back because I'm I have mercenaries, I have Spartans. That was their problem. Cece especially. Cece. I laugh in Japanese for Sisi because if there was one person that was more prideful than anybody, it was Sisi. And for her to end up being that, at the end of the day, she ended up being second runner up. Second runner up, not top two. Second runner up. For her to end up being second runner up was a utter shame. In her season, she was the first runner up. Then it's like you are demoted. They demoted you. And she has been making mouth. If I don't win the money, Messi is winning the money. Of course, in short, I'm the one winning the money. Making mouth, year is not up to me. I have Spartans. I do this. Shitting on everybody. At the ending of this week, this week before the finale, the week of this finale, Sissy shits or shat on every person, insulted. You came for Alex. You came for Thatcher. That was the biggest mistake. Her beg, who comes? Even Messi herself knows that you don't come for Titans. Even Messi, that used to claim that mercenaries are bigger than Titans, knows that you don't come for Titans. They are the biggest form of arisers, and their own is worse because they arise for Thatcher and they stuck with Thatcher. They are rose for Thatcher and they stuck with Thatcher. And you went into the house because you feel like you came to All Stars. And please, let's be truthful. If Thatcher was in these All Stars, I don't care what any other person would have done. Let's be truthful with ourselves. She would have won the show hands down. Everybody wanted Thatcher to be on the show, but I'm happy that she was not on the show because the show ended up being a flop for me. It ended up being a disappointment because I felt like a lot of people that went in there and I had a high standard for them. Watching them again on the show, I lost all respect. I lost all anything for them. I just started looking at them like, okay, what is this? On the last week, Sissy was calling Tata's name like Tata is a nobody. If Tata was even here, I was gonna win. Who is Tata? Before a Tata, there was Spartans. Before Titans, there was Spartans. Before Tata, there was Sissy. Biggest mistake. Biggest mistake. And they taught her. Now at the end of the day, oh yeah, now let's see you standing. Before Thatcher, there was Sissy. Before Sissy, there was Thatcher. At the end of the day, what happened? What absolutely happened? You ended up being demoted from first runner up to second runner up. You ended up being demoted. That is the worst thing that could happen to you. And that is what created a downfall of all these housemates that we thought that they were going to be the winners of this Bbnaija. That was for me. That was it. They were too proud. They had too much pride. Their shoulder pads were like 50-50. And they thought if I do anyhow, if I behave anyhow, if I talk shit, if I act shit, if I insult, if I fight, if I say anything to anybody, I still have my fans on my back. Really? Even me, I was like, we've had different sets after your sets. Like, these people must have been even in the new set, and you are busy deceiving yourself. At the end of the day, everybody was shocked because look at yesterday now. Sissy was surprised that she was the second runner up. She even said shit when she was called up. She was shocked. Absolutely, the shock was written on her face. Mercy was almost to tears when she was on stage and everybody was shouting, Ilebaye, Ilebaye, Ilebaye. That was what Mercy was almost saying. I would literally not blame anybody for the downfall of Mercy, Sissy, and Whitemoney than them themselves because they caused it by themselves. They caused this issue for themselves at the end of the day. Oh, I wish them well in their endeavors. They're already big names before, so I hope they will do better and flourish more when they come out and when they start associating with come back into the real world that we are in. Well, don't forget to like and comment on this video. If you have any thoughts about what I said, make sure you comment on the comment section. And also, don't forget to click on the subscription button down below to subscribe to our channel, because we're going to be giving you all the updates and everything that is happening since the show is over. I'll see you guys next time.